What if MicroStrategy bought ETH instead of Bitcoin? The company, which was founded by crypto billionaire Michael Saylor, is one of the largest HODLers of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy holds 152,333 Bitcoin, worth over $4.6 billion at current prices, which makes its average price per Bitcoin at $30,197. Which means as of today, MicroStrategy is in 12 loss from its Bitcoin holdings, which I'm sure they will recover in upcoming bull run. But what if MicroStrategy was an ETH maxi rather than BTC maxi? How much profit loss would they have been in? So I calculated the amount with ETH price every time they declared they bought Bitcoin, and result came quite shocking. If they would have bought ETH on same days with exactly the same amount, then they would have had around 3.78 M 3.80 M ETH coins worth over $4.53 billion. The average price would have been around $1,194, which means they would have been in 37% profit on their investments. Well, I'm not saying they should have bought ETH, this is all just a fun point of view. If you guys will be interested, I would calculate the same for other coins like Doge, ADA, SOL, BNB, LTC, Link, and obviously Moons. TLDR, if MicroStrategy always bought ETH with same amount during same days, they would be in around 37% profit as of today, and currently with BTC they are in around 12 loss. IDK, but I just cannot imagine a reality where Michael Saylor is an ETH maxi rather than a BTC one. I don't think MicroStrategy would have chosen anything but BTC. I think scarcity of Bitcoin is the appealing factor for MicroStrategy. If MicroStrategy was buying ETH this entire time, they would have increased the ETH price and therefore increased their cost as they were buying it. I believe they would be in a similar situation they are in with BTC. It would be nano-strategy instead. If they hadn't bought Bitcoin, Ethereum wouldn't be at the price it is today. There's no second best. Yeah, but then they would be sitting on a big bag of shitcoins, so would be in around 37% profit as of today, and currently with BTC they are in around 12 loss. When investing large capital, ROI isn't the major concern, it's preservation of wealth first and then reasonable ROI. BTC is less hackable and more predictable when it comes to its value. They were looking to diversify and secure a decent return. BTC does that. Michael Saylor would still be bullish on BTC. Saylor has called ETH a security all along, but interesting to compare. 21 million BTC, that's all I am saying. How many ETH? There is no second best. Why would they want a shitcoin? Because he is smarter than you that he bought Bitcoin. Even Joe Lubin and Vitalik keep dumping ETH on you. Why would Saylor should have bought ETH instead? ETH BTC chart is even more fascinating. Without Bitcoin, crypto is a joke. I believe Ethereum is much more unstable, so he might not be faring well at the moment. What if people realized when you change the monetary policy and then say ultra hard money out loud? You're basically the clown meme. Bitcoin doesn't care who holds how much. ETH Foundation would have cared if a large corporation wanted to own that much and changed their already arbitrary monetary policy to their whims. Lol, why buy a centralized captured shitcoin when you can buy the hardest currency ever? There is no second best. In a couple of years they will be billions in profit. It wouldn't have mattered which coin they bought. That is not his long-term objective. BTC ETH. I don't hate ETH, but emo BTC is better. I think ETH is a lot more volatile, so he would probably not be doing too well right now. MicroStrategy ETHGY. No, that's no good. Sailor would probably be wearing a cyberpunk costume. ETH gang. You'd probably have less people posting pictures of Vitalik saying my entire net worth is in this man's hands. Because, you know, expectation of profit from the efforts of others is kind of a crucial component of the Howey test. But I mean, who expects shitcoiners to be logical, am I right? They have no reason to own ETH based on why Sailor likes Bitcoin. Impossible. High gas fees. So many comments in here seem to be thinking you're trying to argue something or convince someone of something. I found the write-up to be pretty interesting. Although the buying of the ETH I'm sure would have messed with numbers a little bit and unknowable. I'm sure. It is interesting to see. I imagine that it's a lot like the ETH altcoins, where there are some that will outperform ETH in short runs but long-term less favorable. What are you holding? And are you up? BTC is the only way. There is no second best. The reasons he is a BTC maxi are not compatible with ETH. They wouldn't, because ETH doesn't have the same principles as Bitcoin. Michael Saylor is a Bitcoin maxi for a reason. He would have bought an ICO, mutable, centralized thing, not Bitcoin. You are ignoring risk. Saylor would never buy Ethereum as he rightly knows it's a security with an issuer. They'd own billions of Vitalik's shitcoin. Michael Saylor is obsessed with decentralization and would not approve of the current POS system of Ethereum. It's too centralized for his taste. Prime example of woulda, coulda, shoulda. Everything in hindsight seems so obvious. They will, when we run out of BTC at a price of $6.546.453 apiece. It's interesting to think about. They would be holding around 3% of circulating ETH, compared to something like 0.7% of all Bitcoin. Holding that much ETH must have an impact on the price too. It would probably be higher than it is now. And they would be in even more profit. We definitely want you to do moons next. I want to see how putting $4.5 billion into a crypto with a market cap of $30 million even works. I think they are trying to take as little chance as possible and see BTC as the safest bet. Personally, I think ETH is as equal a safe bet with higher potential gains. Just staking ETH would be bringing in the majority of MicroStrategy's yearly profit had they opted for ETH instead. Lol. I'm buying ETH on their behalf. XLM1 would be interesting since it's being mocked as a stablecoin. I'd be rich personally. But what would happen to the ETH price after that though? I would still be happy if they had bought ETH because it's my second biggest bag. TLDR, then ETH would pump. If they both ETH and stake, they would make millions just with the interest. Michael Saylor is a clown. Well, that's what surprises me, that he didn't buy any ETH, especially now that there is burning and staking to get an easy return. ETH would skyrocket and possibly surpass BTC. Why the hell do they not have like 60355 for their split between BTC and all else? It's so obviously stupid. They would be earning so much on the staking rewards if they had just bought ETH instead of BTC. I can imagine once Bitcoin is at an ETH, they might move into couple others like ETH. Imagine if Saylor ditched all BTC in favor of moons. Plus they could stake and earn even more. In 5 years' time. They would thank God every day they didn't buy BTC.